You have the mentality of a winner. I have no doubt in my mind you will achieve great things, not only for Palestine, but for the sport. And I think one of my favorite quotes is age is not a precursor for wisdom. And what that means is you can be 30 years old and not wise. You can be 19 years old and very wise. And what I like about you is that you have fun and you smile. But when it comes time to do business, I can tell you're there. You're disciplined, you're focused. And I can see how much it hurts you, what happened at the Olympics, but I can also see how much you're going to use it as motivation and as fuel for the next time.
Yeah, of course. Because we always we always learn from our mistakes. بعدين يعني I'm still young. I do have the time. يعني next Olympics I'm gonna take you with me 100%.
I was literally thinking now I'm coming to LA.
No, والله خلاص.
والله I'm there. I swear to God. I'll be there with you. I swear to God.
خلاص I'm gonna لازم تيجي معي.
I know, but I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be crazy holding Palestinian flag, going nuts. So you know that. Welcome to Beyond the Buzzer, the podcast that articulates the relationship between success, adversity, and balance for high-performance athletes. Today's theme is age is not a precursor for wisdom, because even at 19, Omar Ismail, the Palestinian taekwondo Olympian, has so much to say about life, the emotional toll of representing a country, and dealing with emotions in a high-intensity sport. Before I let you go to the episode, though, please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, because the more subscriptions we get, the more we can continue to bring you high-level guests like Omar. Thank you and enjoy the episode. Omar Ismail, welcome to Beyond the Buzzer. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure meeting you, to be honest.
Wallah, pleasure meeting you. But last night you were confident, you were cool. Shane was there. I'm your manager now. Are you going to be confident and cool or no?
Of course. But for Shane, she has to be here always.
100%.
Yeah.
She's done a lot already for me and for Beyond the Buzzer as well. So she's the best.
She's the best.
So listen, last night, 11 p.m., we finished dinner. You go back, you start studying for finals. You're 19 years old. You're playing a sport at a very high level, but you're also still in the middle of your studies. Can you talk to us about what a typical day like is for you between studying, family, working out?
Okay, so I usually wake up, do a session before going to uni. Yeah. And after the session, I have like, let's say 2 to 3 classes to go. Then I finish. I have to sleep like for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I go back to the gym.
So one session taekwondo, one session gym typically?
I would say like sometimes we have like 2 sessions taekwondo. Sometimes we have like 1 session gym and 1 session taekwondo. But before competition, I think we do 2 sessions taekwondo.
Yeah, you mentioned last night that as you approach a tournament or a competition, you change from like more practice into actual sparring, correct?
Yeah, we do a lot of sparring, to be honest. You need to put your body in a high pressure.
Okay.
High pressure sparring. So you can like enter the ring and just be normal. No need like to put a lot of pressure, but you're gonna be normal because this is what you do like every day.
So there's no fear of injury as you approach a competition. If anything, you're actually trying to prepare your body.
Actually, sorry.
No. Go.
I have a fear of injury, to be honest, because like a single injury can ruin everything. But as I mentioned yesterday, I have a very good physiotherapist.
Alhamdulillah.
And
he didn't fix your finger though.
No, it's still
fucking crazy, dude.
I wanted to show you my wrist, but okay, so I have a dislocation here.
Okay. Hey, man, that's crazy. You're talking to a basketball player. I can't see that shit.
You can't see it? No, you can see it.
I can see it. I don't want to see it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can see it clearly.
But you have a good physio.
I have a good physio. I have a good nutritionist. Shout out to you, Diala.
Hello.
Amazing coaches. Amazing. Like if words can't describe my coach, to be honest. Coach Abdullah, and I have my physical coach, Coach Hamed, and my amazing club, my amazing partners. Like they've done a lot to me, to be honest, and they were like the behind everything I went through. Shout out to them.
So that's a good transition into maybe how you started. So Taekwondo is very interesting because it's this thing that when, parents put their kids in Taekwondo from like 10 to 12 for an hour a day just to like get them out of their skin a little bit. And no one really knows how to take it seriously, right? There's a physical aspect. There's also a mental aspect. In the Middle East, sports aren't really something that our parents consider that can be a career for us. But you're 19 and it's already done something where you mentioned last night, you're buying your own car and your clothes and you're supporting yourself. So take us back to the beginning. When's the first time you went to a taekwondo session? Did you fall in love right away? And how did it become something that you actually decided to take as like a career?
Okay. So basically I started doing taekwondo in 2016, 15 to 16. I was 10 years old. I used to love football. I used to watch football every day. I used to play football like every single day.
In Sharjah?
In Sharjah, yeah. Okay. I live in Sharjah. And with my friends. I used to like play every single day. I never thought that I would like join a sport where you hit people. And very dangerous sport. It's actually very dangerous.
Of course.
Yeah, because you're kicking with your leg, and like a wrong defense will put you on sleep. So I had a friend. His name is Fahad. He's like my best friend. I love this guy so much. I have a friend who used to play taekwondo since he was like 3 or 4 years old. And one time he asked me to join him just to see him. And then my coach Abdullah, he saw me and he said, okay, just come every day.
At this point, are you naturally very flexible or not really? Because I mean, obviously last night you almost kicked my fucking head off. And
no, I'm actually very flexible.
Okay. No, even from before?
Before I used to be more flexible, to be honest, because really? I was a kid, and,
Okay.
Yesterday, when I told you I can actually do like twice your height. I kick twice your height because I'm very confident that if I've done it like 100 times, I would never miss.
Of course.
Like 100 times, 100 times.
That's why I trusted you. It's the way you told me I'm going to do it. I said the kid knows what he's talking about. It's fine. No worries. Okay, so Abdullah sees you. He tells you to start coming every day.
Yeah.
At this point, are you still playing football or did you stop and you started to focus on taekwondo?
Actually, no. I stayed playing, I stayed as my usual routine, everyday football. But I used to go like in the morning, like let's say 12 afternoon, 12 to 2 p.m. And after taekwondo, I started going late. Let's say 8, 9 after my session. But I didn't like taekwondo. Like, to be honest, at first I didn't like it.
So what kept you going?
I saw the coach, like, he wants me to be like something big. So I saw it from him. And he was like, you're going to be a champion. I'm like sure 100% you're going to be a champion. And I was like
10 years old, he's telling you
10
this.
years old.
Wow.
He's saying your mentality, everything like leads you to go to the Olympics, to compete like in a world championship, Asian championship, whatever. And then I started taking it serious, not very serious, but when he said this, I started training more, forgetting about football a little bit. And then I went to my first competition at, let's say, 2019.
Okay.
It was
so 4 years of training until you actually went to your first competition.
I used to do like competitions, but here, but
nothing professional. Right?
Nothing professional, nothing international.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
just here in the UAE,
you're representing Sharjah Club or whatever it was. You're not actually representing Jordan, Palestine.
Yeah.
As we'll get there later.
Yeah. I used to represent Sharjah Club internationally, but now I only represent them like in the UAE.
Okay. And with these, before we get to your first competition in 2019, when you're representing Sharjah Club, is it like a professional system? Are you a youth pro? Are you getting paid? Or is it just like at this point, chill, a sport for a kid to have fun?
Okay, so at the beginning, I didn't. we don't get paid at the beginning, but like let's say after 1 year, 2 year, after you're turning خلاص professional, you get paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I actually started in Sharjah Club. I do train every day in Sharjah Club. So Sharjah Club like was one of the reasons I went to the Olympics, to be honest. And for now, after the competition, after the first competition, which was in Belgium.
Okay. So it's an international competition.
Yeah. My first international competition was in Belgium.
Okay.
I can't forget about it.
Okay. Is this the first time you left the Middle East?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the first time.
Wow.
No, sorry. I went to the US before.
Okay.
This was the second time I actually leave the Middle East.
So 2019, you go to Belgium.
Yeah. To Belgium, it was my first time fighting in this like international competition where everyone's just watching you. And I was like very stressed. I was very scared, to be honest. I went to the first fight. Boom, boom, boom. I won the first fight. Second fight. Third fight. What's happening?
Yeah.
I'm destroying my opponents, to be honest.
You're maybe you're nervous before, but once you're actually in the fight, are you kind of in a flow state and you're not even thinking about what's going on?
Okay, so before the fight, you always think.
You're studying your opponents.
Yeah, I study my opponents. I do everything, but this is before the fight. Whenever you enter the ring, so we have like the referee says, "Kalyo," means stop, and like let's say "Sijak" means begin the fight.
Okay.
And whenever he says this, خلاص, you totally forget everything.
You're not thinking about the person you studied. You're just there in the ring, assessing movement.
Yeah. No, I think of the person because sometimes you have like a weakness or something, and I have to study. What time should I kick? What time should I like defense?
So even in 2019, at this point, you're 14 or 15, correct?
Yeah.
And you
13, let's say.
13, okay. Had you studied the opponents you were going to fight?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Even at this age.
Even at this age.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But you seem like you were surprised that you were doing so well.
Yeah. Because like for me, studying the opponents, I don't think anyone does that, and at this age, which is very hard, to be honest, because you need to check, you need to write every opponent's name, or you need to watch him on YouTube and get the link.
It's not like professional where there's a lot of information. It's like 13-year-old kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not professional, but you can see if he had the fights before.
Okay.
So I would go to the competition where he fought. I would search for the draw sheet, and I would see his match number or whatever,
and watch the whole thing.
What
do you look for when you're doing research? Is there anything specific? Is it a kicking style? Is it defensive style? Attacking?
Yeah, it's like every athlete has his weakness and has his own style. So with you like studying the athlete, I think you're not gonna enter the ring and be shocked of whatever he's doing, okay? Because you know everything this guy is doing. So for me, I don't like to get like shocked inside the ring. So I like to study every opponent.
Is there a balance though, where it's like you don't want to study too much, so you're not overthinking it, and you're also like sometimes in sports they say like you can focus on the opponent, but also it's more important for you to focus on yourself as well. So how do you balance doing the homework, doing the research, which is very important, but also knowing I'm Omar Ismail, they should worry about me, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you something. Since I was like 12 years old until now, I never underestimated anyone.
Hello.
To be honest, yani, you don't know what this guy, you don't know what's like his typical training day. You maybe he trains more than you, maybe he has a better skills than you. So for Omar Ismail, like on the draw sheet where I see my name, okay, I have my first opponent. Let's say he's from he's from Germany. Okay, and the next opponent, he's harder than the first opponent. I don't think about the next opponent.
Of course not. Yeah,
I always think about the first opponent.
Of course,
because you never know what, like
maybe he'll lose.
Yeah,
you don't,
maybe.
Yeah, you're creating scenarios that you don't know what happened. All you know for sure is you're going to play the first guy from Germany.
Of course.
Okay.
Only the first guy. I don't look about like the other players. Maybe the because we have on the draw sheet there's let's say a draw here and here.
Yes, it's a bracket.
Yeah,
100%. If he beats him, he beats him.
Yeah,
of course.
And then to the finals.
Okay.
Yeah, I just focus on my first fight, but I have something to share. On my first fight, I always like don't do like I don't fight 100%. Like I don't do what Omar Ismail
can do.
Yeah, can do, because I don't know.
You don't want to show all your cards right away.
Yeah, maybe, but for Omar Ismail now, like, alhamdulillah, there's a lot of people watch me, and especially in Palestine, they take me as a hero.
Of course.
So this thing made like the whole world know who is Omar Ismail. I mean, taekwondo.
And soon the whole world.
I hope so.
I believe it.
Inshallah. And so everyone now knows who's Omar Ismail, because typically when you're in the Olympics, everyone watches the Olympics and everyone knows who you are. So for now, I think every athlete I go against, he knows my skills, he knows what I do. I don't know if he knows like my weaknesses, So for me, it's hard to like study an opponent that I don't know who he is.
So you want to keep a little bit to yourself, so that if people are trying to study you, maybe they underestimate you, maybe they don't know what you're capable of.
Of course, exactly.
Okay. One thing we spoke about last night at dinner is you said that sometimes you need to control your emotions in the ring. So before we get to competitions, what I want to understand is this is inherently a violent sport, right?
Of course.
You're wearing a headgear and stuff like that, and it's not like boxing where the goal is to like beat the shit out of someone. It's a point system. There's respect, I think, in taekwondo, but ultimately it is violent. At the same time, these sports, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, they also preach calmness, meditation, control. And last night at dinner, you were making everyone laugh. You're funny. You're light. You're present. You're not worried too much about. Like, I don't think you've ever gotten mad. Like, you don't seem like a violent guy. So how do you? Maybe. I'm sure maybe, of course, you know what I'm saying. So in life, when you're doing something that requires, violence and intensity, how do you also balance controlling your emotions and making sure you only use it when you're in competition or in practice and sparring, whatever it may be?
Okay. So I would tell you, like, before I entered taekwondo, if I ever entered a session of taekwondo, I used to do like I used to be a problem child. To be honest, I used to fight every day in school.
Okay. Were you naturally quite strong as a kid?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't that strong, but let's say I wouldn't like to give up. So I started beating this guy until like someone just separates us.
Okay.
But after taekwondo, I was able to like manage my emotions. I had a lot of situations where خلاص, I need to fight, but I was always like controlling myself, controlling my brain.
Breath work?
Yeah. Let's say breath work. Yeah, I do breath work.
Okay.
For me, like as a taekwondo athlete, it's very hard like to get like to fight someone who's like has zero skills of like, let's say, fighting, have zero skills of fighting,
because you can't really predict what they're doing, right?
Yeah, maybe this guy will like take a knife and stab me.
Right.
So I don't like to do problems.
Good.
I'm always calm.
Good.
That's what my parents raised me for.
حلو.
Yeah. So يعني دايما I take my father as a role model for me, because he always taught me to respect others. And shout out to my father, mother, and siblings.
Yeah, of course.
Because in our family, respect is the most important thing. My father he actually never told me about making money or he always mentioned that making friends is better than making money. And you have to respect everyone so the people can respect you. Like كان يحكي لي إنه if you were like about to fight someone, if you were about to fight someone and you show respect, he'll not fight back.
You can do so much with your words. You don't need to go to violence at any point. Yeah. So 2019, you win your first fight, you win your second fight, you win your third fight. How far in the competition do you go?
I did 5 fights.
Okay,
and the last one was against a song player. He was from France, I guess. Yeah, he was from France. He was very strong.
Okay.
And when I entered the fight, I was scared of him.
Was it the first time you were scared of an opponent?
No.
Okay.
No. Listen, if any athlete tells you that he's not scared of someone, he's 100% lying.
Hello.
He's only showing that he's not scared. Sometimes I get scared of my opponents, but that doesn't mean that I'll give up or maybe I'm scared just to lose because I hate losing. That's the only thing. But for me, خلاص, I entered the ring. I do whatever Omar Ismail does.
It sounds like you don't feel like your family or your federation maybe are pressuring you. You for yourself, you know how good you can be and you don't want to lose to disappoint yourself.
Of course.
And that's the most beautiful thing in sports, honestly, is when you're doing it for your own self and not for anyone else.
Of course.
Obviously, I've heard you, and we'll get to it later, I've heard you speak about how proud you are to represent Palestine and how you want to give opportunity to future generations. But ultimately, like, when you step in that ring, the first and foremost, most important thing should be you and how you feel about yourself and your relationship with yourself. And then from there, everything else comes in, and Palestine and family and career and money, whatever it may be. But you need to be there because you love it and because you know you're good at it.
Of course. So being in the ring as a Palestinian, it's just like, I would never like tell you the feeling by talking to. But like I can truly say that being a Palestinian is a thing that wants you to like fight twice.
100%.
Like you fight for your own self and you fight for your country, for your family in Palestine. You know? So but to be honest, the first thing I think of is what Omar Ismail is gonna do inside the ring.
Hello.
And then like
everything else follows.
Everything comes next.
So 5th fight against the French guy, I guess you lost.
No, I won.
You won?
Yeah, I got the gold medal.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. Against the French guy, I won like a point gap.
What does that mean?
Okay, so a point gap means if you score like 12 points, like if you're ahead 12 points, the game stops.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you cooked him.
I destroyed him. I actually destroyed him.
Wow.
No, really, yeah.
Okay, so it's funny, you enter this fight and you're fearful of him.
Yeah.
But again, as soon as the referee does this,
everything
Changes.
everything changes.
Is there something you look for when a fight starts? Do you try and look in the opponent's eyes and try and see if he's fearful, if he's giving you anything aside from like the skill and the positioning and the technique? Like, are you looking as well at trying to like look into someone's soul and understand like?
I don't do this.
Okay.
You know why? Because like I'm not good at like visualizing my opponent's feeling from like an eye contact or something. But like I can know if the opponent's scared inside the ring. When the match starts, I can know if he's scared. Or maybe if the match start if we started يعني, maybe I kicked him like twice, he can kick one time. Okay, this is normal. But when I kick 3 to 4 times and
there's no response,
clearly you can see that the opponent is scared.
Okay, so at what moment in this fight with the French kid did you realize he was scared?
He wasn't scared.
Okay, you were just better.
I was more calm. He was like he was more aggressive, and I like that, like playing with aggressive opponents, because
that's emotion.
Yeah, because sometimes when he kicks, he doesn't know what's like
why he's kicking.
So he keeps on kicking and just
there's vulnerable moments in between. Okay.
Throwing his hands and bum.
Point.
That's a point.
Okay.
Like he can kick 5 to 6 times. I can kick one time and I can score.
Yeah.
Just block 5, 6 kicks and one kick I can score.
So you first 4 fights you won by differential. This one you won by a point gap.
Yeah.
That's crazy. First competition internationally, gold medal. For Sharjah Club. I'll let you go back to Dubai. And at this point, are you able to turn pro? Like, what are the rules in taekwondo?
To turn professional, you have to be like obviously above 18.
Okay.
You play in the senior category.
Okay, but it's category weight, isn't it? It's weight by category, right? You're in the 58 kilograms. I saw. Yeah. Okay.
But now I changed.
Now you put on some muscle, huh?
Not muscle, a little bit of fat.
Okay, fine.
Because after the Olympics, I can show you videos. I was dying.
Yeah. We'll get there. Okay, so I want to keep it chronological. So you come back to Dubai. You're 13 years old. What is the next couple of years like for you as you develop into a more serious taekwondo fighter?
When I got the gold medal, I went back. I started like looking at my friends who I train with. They were very happy. They were like, Omar, you have to go. Like you have to stay focused on. Like you have to stay like just focused on going to competitions and getting medals, because when you get, obviously when you fight a lot internationally, you have the experience where you can just win with your experience, not with your skills.
So, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So your friends are advising you like keep building up this repertoire of tournaments because it'll make you more experienced so that when you're in the ring, you can leverage these experiences, correct?
Of course.
Okay.
And then after Belgium, I went after 1 month to Bulgaria.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Bulgaria and it was my second international competition.
But still for Sharjah Club?
Still for Sharjah.
Okay.
Now, Omar, I had this ego. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had a bit of ego where like خلاص Omar, he won like because Belgium
the tournament.
Yeah, Belgium, it's called Belgium Open G2. So we have like G1, G2, like when it's a hard competition, maybe G4. The Olympics was G20.
Okay.
So the next competition I go, it was G1.
So even easier. So you thought, no, it's going to be easy.
I thought, no, because I was fighting cadets.
Okay.
It's between 13 to, Yeah, maybe 13 to 15.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So G2 is the first one. You fought kids that are in G2 and older, and you won.
Yeah.
So you went to G1 thinking,
G1, خلاص.
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
Okay. So your ego took over.
My ego took over. Like I was thinking just I was thinking إنه just خلاص I'll get the gold medal and go back.
Oh, easy work.
Easy work.
Okay.
And then I played my first fight against a Bulgarian.
Yeah.
I won like massively.
Okay. Same thing as the final.
Same thing as the final. Second fight, I win. Okay. I got the medal. It was the quarter final, and after the quarter final we have the semi-final. So بعدين in the semi-final I fought against a Ukrainian guy. I started the fight. Boom boom. Okay. I scored 4 points, I guess. Yeah, 4-0. And then this guy out of nowhere, he started like scoring points, and I'm just like shocked.
Okay.
Head kick, body kick.
Okay.
He scored a lot of points. And you know what's funny? That I lost point gap against this guy.
Oh,
yeah.
He cooked you.
He destroyed me, to be honest.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he cooked me.
Do you think you got in your own head at that point? You're like all of a sudden you'd never experienced losing before, right?
Yeah,
so this is your first time ever.
This is my first time losing.
It's your 8th fight, right, or 9th fight, and you've won the first 8. So in your mind, like this is a new experience.
Yeah, a new one. But to be honest, this fight changed everything.
Of course,
because I knew what losing
100%, and you never want to experience that again.
No, and then, you know about the Jordanian thing.
Yes.
When I wanted to fight.
So let's get there now. So that's what happens next when you're 14 years old, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. So
Okay.
you leave Bulgaria, you go back home.
I went back home. I had this thing where like I need to fight like in a world championship. Because I saw that like خلاص, I'm very good at my division. I'm very good at my certain
in the club level.
Yeah, certain weight. خلاص, I wanted to fight like in Asian. I had the year like in 2019 we had Asian competition and world championship.
Okay.
So I wanted to fight on those.
So even though you're not professional, at the age of 15, you can still go fight in international competitions.
Yeah.
And you, at this point, أنت عندك إقامة. You've got a Jordanian
a passport.
But it's not really a passport.
Yeah, it's not really a passport.
It's a citizenship, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you, I guess the federation contacts you?
No, I spoke with the coach there in Jordan, and obviously I told him that I wanted to
represent
Jordan, because I never knew that there was like a Palestinian taekwondo team.
Yeah.
You know, I would have went to the Palestinian من الأول.
Yeah. But you got there eventually.
Yeah.
So
because Jordan was one of the best teams in the world.
100%.
You know Ahmed Abu Ghosh?
Yeah.
He has a gold medal in the Olympics.
Yes. He came in. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I wanted, like, he was my role model, to be honest, in taekwondo. So I wanted to be like him. And since I spoke with the coach, he knew my coach here in Sharjah. So sorry, I didn't mention that, but when I'm playing here in Sharjah, I can't play in the World Championship or an Asian Championship.
Why?
Because I have to be in a national team.
Okay.
And I can't be in the UAE national team because
of course you're not.
I don't have the passport.
Yeah.
So I spoke with the coach. We were planning. خلاص, we planned everything. I booked the tickets, everything. The next day I'm in Jordan.
حلو.
For the.
أنت عمرك you're 15 now.
Yeah, 15, 14. No, it was 2019.
Yeah, 14.
14 yeah 14
Yeah.
let's say 13 كمان لأنه obviously أنا in November.
Yeah, okay. So fine. Let's
yeah.
say whatever, fine.
Okay, I went to Jordan. No, I didn't go to Jordan. Suddenly when my father booked everything, the coach calls my father. Oh, he can't play. What? My father, okay, we booked everything is ready. Okay, like why he can't play? Like let me talk to someone. And then he said because he's obviously not fully Jordanian, so he can't play. And then I started, like, I remember this day I was mentally broken, to be honest, because I wanted to play in the Asian Championship, World Championship.
And at this point, you have no idea that Palestine can offer you this.
Yeah,
obviously. So
I have no idea that there's actually a Palestinian Taekwondo Federation.
So maybe at this point, you're thinking, like, I can never represent any country.
Yeah, because I'm not fully Jordanian, and there's no Palestinian Federation of Taekwondo. And then I went to my coach. I asked him, Coach, what should I do? I want to play this competition. My coach said, actually, Omar, there is a Palestinian Taekwondo team, but it's not well known. There is a Palestinian Taekwondo team. I would like when he said this, I got so happy. I started training every day. I spoke with the Palestinian president, Taekwondo Federation president, and he said, "Okay, we are also preparing for the Asian competition and the World Championship. So you can come to." They had a training camp in Turkey.
Okay.
And he said, "Okay, let's go there. Go there, and we'll see if you are like
good enough
to fight in the two competitions." I went there. 1 month of training. I had the best partners with me, the best athletes. Like, they were so kind, very nice. And one of them, my best friend, his name is Ahmed. After the 1 month on like in Turkey, I started beating up everyone. No, for real.
In the ring. Of course, yeah.
No, I started beating everyone.
Okay.
And I was cadet in the cadet
so 13 to 15
division.
Still,
yeah. I even kicked like guys who were 18, 19 years old.
Nice.
So I was at the peak.
So at this point, because you've experienced what it's like when your ego takes over and you get arrogant, have you controlled that? Or did it come to start to come back?
No. Until now, alhamdulillah. My ego, ما عندي ego.
حلو.
Alhamdulillah.
Confident but not arrogant.
Confident, very confident.
Yes.
Like,
because you put the work in.
Yeah, people see that the way Omar Ismail is confident, maybe he has a little bit of ego. Wallah, never.
Who cares what they think anyway?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't care. But it's good to let them know no ما عندك ego.
So at the same time, also, I think a little bit of, I think the confidence is important. I think you know how hard you work. You know what you put in behind the scenes. Adi, talk your talk,
Of course. Confidence, let's say the most important thing for me. Confidence come after discipline.
Hello. So let's talk about discipline. You go and you're, like you said, you're beating people that are 5 years older than you. You're competing for Palestine.
Yeah.
What's next in your career?
Okay, so when I finished the camp, I had the coach of the Palestinian national team. His name is Coach Mehmet. He used to call the president. He used to say, "This guy is crazy. He's the best." And then the president said, "Khalas." He called my father. He said, "We're gonna let your son play in the Asian Championship and World Championship." Asian Championship was in Amman, Jordan. I went to the competition. Nobody knows me. No one. And suddenly, I played my first fight against Kuwait. Sorry.
أنا أصلي فلسطيني زلمة كده.
Okay. بس
You know this.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
بس يعني when I played with the Kuwaiti guy, I won 40 points difference.
I thought you said there's a point gap.
But the point gap starts in the second round.
Okay.
So I won the first round by 40 points difference.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, I was good.
Yeah.
I was good.
Okay.
And then second fight, احذر كانت مع مين? Guess.
What's the Jordanian guy?
No. Korea.
Okay.
To be honest, the night before the competition, I was very scared.
Okay.
I didn't sleep well. I was very scared that I'm gonna face a Korean guy because Korea invented the game. So, oh my God, I was so scared fighting with the Korean guy. I finished with the Kuwaiti. The Korean guy, if I won this fight, I would have went to the semifinals. Okay. The fight starts. No, before the fight, the Korean guy came up to me, and you know, in a competition we have the cards.
Yeah.
And like every athlete, what's his name and what's
where
his
he's from.
Yeah, where is he from and what's his weight.
Okay.
So the Korean guy came. Wallah, he was this tall, and I was very tall.
Yeah.
And he looked at the card. He did like this. So after
He
this,
showed you he was scared.
Yeah, he showed me that he was scared, and then I entered the match. ارتحت. أول شيء we started 6-0. Oh my God, 6-0, and then 9-0. Okay, شوي he's scoring 9-2, 9-3, 12 for me, 12-2, 13-2, 14-2. So there was like in the new rules we have like if you won the first 2 rounds, there's no third round.
Okay. How long is a round in taekwondo?
2 minutes.
Okay.
And after this, this is the new rules. طبعا before the new rules, I played with a Korean guy 3 rounds.
Okay.
And before the new rules, the point gap was 20 points, not 12 points.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Okay.
So يعني I'm fighting وهيك. Like I was very hyped لأنه it was in Jordan and like
half the crowd is Palestinian.
Half the crowd is Palestinian, and when they saw like a Palestinian like guy winning on winning Korea, they went crazy. So now I have the whole stadium just cheering. Saying Omar or Omar. You know? So I got very excited. I destroyed the Korean guy.
Hello.
I won, let's say, 14 points difference.
Okay.
So I was very hyped.
And now you go to the semi-final.
Now I go to the semi-final. It's the first medal for Palestine in the tournament. I went to the semi-final. I fought against Thailand. Which is Thailand, يعني برضو they are very
amazing,
good.
Yeah.
And the guy, he's my friend until now, يعني. He's half Egyptian, half Thai. So I used to see his legs. We were young, like 13 years old. He used to wear 46 shoe size.
Oof.
Wallah, 46. Imagine.
Yeah, huge.
He was 13 or 14. يعني مين انت يعني.
Yeah.
المهم, so the guy, like, يعني I'm small. We were the same height. He was tall also. I thought I was the tallest because I was very tall and skinny. He was tall also. And then boom, the guy, I started the fight. I was destroying him at first. And then my cardio went so bad.
Really?
Yeah, because the Korean guy,
3 rounds, right?
Yeah,
So it's,
3 rounds, and he won't stop.
Yeah.
Because maybe he would be like more calmer if he was winning the first round.
But because he was out, he was going for it in the last round. Yeah,
he was losing the whole 3 rounds. So he was kicking the whole time, and here my cardio went down a little bit. So I played with the Thai guy. Okay, I was like 9 points difference. We were like 9 point difference. I was winning by 9 points. Then I started to get tired. He started to score points. Score. We like. I remember that. I think after the 9 points, he was 1 point ahead. And suddenly, last seconds of the fight, third round, I kicked on the trunk. And 2 points for me. So now 1 point difference.
Okay.
I went back a little bit. I won the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, خلاص.
Okay.
So
but
now,
still, what's interesting here is that what I'm gathering is that in each of these competitions, you're learning something. So in the first one, it's controlling your ego. In this one, maybe it's focused more on cardio.
Yeah.
And not so much on, and obviously technique's important, but making sure you're able to sustain 3 round fights, 3 round fights, 3 round fights. And now you're in the final again.
Yeah, بس this competition taught me a lot. I'm gonna tell you. بعدين I went to the finals against Iran. Iran is, I think now they are like the best
Taekwondo Federation.
The best Taekwondo Federation. Iran's crazy now. So I played with the guy. I'm gonna summarize what happened. We were kicking too much. I got tired. He started kicking more. He started scoring more points. Okay, and he was ahead of me. There was like a 4 point difference. بعدين I kicked. خلاص, it was equal. بعدين last I think it was last 1 second he kicked, he won the fight. Okay. So I got the silver medal, which is very good.
Very good, but I feel like you're disappointed.
I was disappointed. 2 days, I was crying for like 2 days, and everyone was like, "You got the silver medal in the Asian competition." Just to let you know that even if I get like any medal, like let's say
never medaled before.
Let's say silver medal or bronze or whatever, I would never be satisfied. I would never. I love getting the gold medal.
Of course.
That's why they call me sometimes a golden boy. So I love getting gold medals. Even if I hate getting silver medal more than,
of course, because you're ending on a loss. No, yeah, it's the worst thing ever. Anyone telling you after you lose in the final, like, it's okay, you came second place, they've never played sports before. They don't understand what that's like. And I think for you, of course, it was probably a wonderful thing to get Palestine its first medal. But again, you're used to winning, right? You know what it's like to win. You've tasted victory. So, and it seems like this was something that, again, was about cardio, not about your skill. If you lose in a final and it's the guy is just so much better than you, or the team is so much better than you, it sucks, but you can understand it. Maybe they train better facilities. But when it's that close and you know you could have won, that's what the hardest part is.
Oh my God. That's what happens in the Olympics.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Okay, after the Asian competition, the Palestinian Federation, we had like, in my division, we had like 4 to 5 more players, but no one got a medal. So they decided to let me go to the World Championship, only me, because obviously got the second place in the Asian competition. So I have the chance to get a medal in the World Championship. I went to the World Championship. I paid for everything. Everything.
Is this, have you made competition prize money yet or no?
No.
This is from your own pocket?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I went to the World Championship. It was in Uzbekistan.
Hello.
Bro, and it was an amazing experience. I ended up getting the third place.
Wow.
Yeah. It was my first
proper international experience.
Yeah. It was a world championship where like they're choosing
the best from each continent.
The best from each country.
Continent almost, right? Because essentially because you medaled in Asian championships.
No,
that's not how it works.
World championship, they choose any country can
submit or whatever.
Any country can register or whatever, and they choose the best athlete in every country.
Okay, so there's a committee that chooses you're worth it, and they base that on your previous fights, and that's why it's important to keep going to competitions.
Yeah, sometimes they do like a national competition.
Okay. So how many? You came bronze in this tournament. How many
fights?
How many fighters were there?
In my division, let's say there were like 60 fighters.
Wow.
Yeah, only in my weight.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to play 4 fights just to go to the semifinals.
Wow.
The semifinals was the 5th fight, and I lost against a Russian guy.
Okay. Was he better than you, or was it also?
No, he wasn't better. Because the guy who got silver medal and the same weight, I won him in Belgium.
Okay.
So the Russian guy he wasn't better, but he was more calmer.
Okay. Which I'm sensing is a theme now coming along, is controlling your emotions when you're in these fights.
He was playing with his mind. Why? Because he was the whole round, as like the whole round, he was like ahead. The whole third round. خلاص, the third round is.
So he can be a bit defensive. He knows he doesn't have to go on the aggressive.
So he was defensive, and I was like more aggressive, because خلاص يعني the fight will end. I'm losing. He was more defensive. Yeah. And as I said, I was more aggressive. He was scoring point يعني easy, but it ended up 1 point difference.
Oof. Okay.
Same.
But still, when you say you finished bronze here, I sense pride. I sense that you're happy, you're proud. It's not like when you lost in the Asian championships.
No, I was very happy.
Okay.
I was very happy.
Okay. Still no prize money at this point. Still no recognition on that sense in terms of how good you are.
No, I had a prize money when I went to Palestine.
Okay.
Yeah. They gave me a.
That's different though. That's different than actual competition prize money. That's the federation saying you've done so well for us here.
Yeah, and the federation gave me everything. I paid for the
flights, accommodation, everything.
For the accommodation. Accommodation, and they paid for everything, and they give extra. So
now at this point, people start to know who Omar Ismail is.
Yeah, the people my age.
Yes. Okay.
Especially people in Palestine, and they knew who Omar Ismail was.
Now let's talk about the Olympics. Talk about before leading up to it, preparation. The pressure of representing Palestine, especially with everything going on in the world, and then actually the experience and the fights.
Oh my God. The Olympics was the best experience ever. You can ask any athlete. He would say of course, the Olympics was crazy.
Okay.
People there, when you reach the Olympics, you can admit to yourself that خلاص, you're the best.
Yeah, but I still feel like it's not enough for you. I feel like you want to go and you want a medal now.
For me, when I got qualified to the Olympics, I really didn't care. Wallah, I really didn't care. Because when I got qualified, I went outside. I saw everyone was crying. I was like, what's wrong with these people?
Yeah.
يعني, of course, they were crying
happiness.
Happiness, يعني, but يعني, I wasn't feeling it.
No, because again, you have an elite mindset. You know that participation is not enough. And I think this is something I really want to touch into is like a lot of times people will look at Palestinian athletes and be like, you qualified, good for you. And like, that's the victory.
That's it.
The fuck you talking about? The journey just began, you know?
Of course.
And I sense that with you.
That's what I said. Like, show you something. I used to put this.
Hello. Show it to the camera.
Where's the camera?
This one.
I used to put this like on my phone for the 4 months or 5 months preparations. I used to put this and like just waking up thinking every day about this.
Okay.
So يعني خلاص I was very excited to go fight and get a medal, first ever medal for Palestine.
But that's refreshing. I think it's important that in the face of what's going on in the world, like you guys are not just there to participate. You're there to win.
Of course. And
it's important that you believe that in yourself. And I sense that you will get an Olympic medal in your life.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. يعني, you know when you're dreaming about something that you're 100% sure that it's gonna happen. That's what it is.
So 4-month preparation, what was that like? At this point, nutritionist, recovery, physiotherapist,
everything,
coach.
Everything.
Are you having like a mental coach, a therapist, any of that stuff or no?
I had my physical coach. He's also my mental coach.
Hello.
Captain Ahmed.
What does mental coach mean? What kind of stuff do you guys do?
He was making sure that I don't get like out of the competition side, only focused on the competition. He's the reason behind where like for Omar Ismail, don't put pressure. Don't put pressure. Yani, he was telling me every time, yani, don't make anyone like put on you pressure. So, but to be honest, I didn't listen.
Okay, I mean that's normal. You're 17 at this point, dude. You know, like sometimes you say things sometimes, and I'm like, I think you forget that you haven't even achieved. You're not even close to your peak yet. You know, you're still on this journey up. Think about what you've told me just alone in this interview. How first fight was ego, second fight conditioning, respect. All these things you're learning along the way. I'm sure if you think about it, you can find things you learned in the Olympics too. And you shouldn't think of it as a failure because you didn't medal. You know?
But in the Olympics, I also
emotion. You told me
emotion, like until now.
So let's walk us through it. So you get to the Olympic Village. Let's stick with preparation. So 4 months before, have you ever prepared like that for a fight before, for a competition?
Never.
I've
never experienced this, because يعني, I missed everything. I missed Eid. I missed my sister's graduation from kindergarten. but she,
it's okay. She's not gonna remember if you're there or not.
Bro, wallah, she remembers until now. Wallah,
it's so funny.
Wallah, she remembers until now, and like every time I mentioned it, or like my mother mentioned it, she goes crazy. Why and why?
Yeah, okay. I think when she's a little bit older, you can tell her it's for you. You know, it's for us. It's for family.
I missed my mom's birthday, Eid al-Umm. My brother's birthday. Like I missed every event I used to like do with the family.
Yeah, but everything I hear so far, I feel like your family very much supports what you're doing.
Yeah, especially my mom.
Hello.
Alhamdulillah, yani.
Palestinian mothers know how to support their sons.
I have like an amazing mom. Words can describe my mom, because she's for me, she's the only reason behind everything, to be honest. Because she used to cook for me. She used to like
take you to training.
Take me to training. She used like to you know when you go to a competition, and you know when like in the YouTube there's a link where you can watch the fight.
Yeah.
She used to tell my brother, just open the link.
Just so there's more views.
No. Open the link, I want to see. No, I don't want to see him fight, but just tell me what's happening, because she doesn't like
to watch you in a fight. Of course, that makes
even
sense.
in the Olympics, I was looking at her. She was crying. Yeah. And also my older brother, he told me that like when you were fighting, my father was shaking. My mother went outside.
So you said you missed all these family events. Mm-hmm. I guess you maybe went to a camp somewhere.
4 months. I didn't like the whole 4 months was camp.
Where?
First I went to Kazakhstan.
Okay.
And then to Uzbekistan.
Okay.
I went to I did a competition in Vietnam. And then I went to Kazakhstan again.
Mm.
I went to Tunisia, and then to the Olympics.
Okay.
But in Kazakhstan, I went there like on July, let's say. The weather was nice, but I used to live in the mountain. So I used
high altitude training.
I used to wake up every single day, 5 a.m. Drink water and خلاص start running. My coach used to wake me up. يعني, let's say 5 a.m. We pray Fajr, we go run every single day. Like we run like for let's say 3-4 kilos, but like
uphill.
Yeah, uphill. So
in the mountains.
Yeah, in the mountains.
It's cold.
I can't breathe well. يعني very cold. It was very cold. وsometimes كان في ثلج. لا مش ثلج, مطر.
Okay, rain. Yeah.
It was crazy صراحة.
But it prepared you.
Yeah.
And when you arrived at the Olympics, did you feel like you were prepared? At least you had done everything you can do, correct? You knew that I had prepared as much as I could.
I did everything, but I don't think I prepared like 100%.
Okay. Why? What was missing? Mental, physical, emotional?
The only thing was missing is mental.
Okay.
My mentality is so strong, but sometimes pressure
gets to you.
Pressure gets to me.
Is it pressure you put on yourself or pressure of representing Palestine?
Pressure of representing Palestine, because I'm the only Palestinian to like ever qualify to the Olympics
without a wild card.
Without a wild card.
I know.
So I don't know if but I don't know if there's a guy or someone who qualified in other sports. But for me, I know that I'm the first Palestinian.
For you was to win a medal.
Yeah, the only thing I know that I was the first Palestinian to ever qualify to like in a combat sport. That's the only thing I know.
But the pressure you're feeling to represent Palestine, is it you putting it on yourself or is it external?
To be honest, I was putting it on myself because I'm the only like Palestinian hope for a medal. Not the only one, but maybe like I'm the most expected. So it was a lot of pressure.
But you still won your first fight.
I won the first fight against a guy
on the refugee team.
Yeah, he was 27.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the next fight he was like 26. He looks 18.
Oh wow.
He was 26. Second fight, the first fight I won. I went outside. I did a small mistake.
Okay.
I went through my phone. Okay. That was a big mistake.
Why?
Because when I went through my phone, I saw everyone. Omar Ismail won the first fight. And I saw everyone like mentioning me,
jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah, and then I was like scrolling up, and then I remembered, no, خلاص, what I'm doing, what, يعني
This is relevant.
This yeah. يعني okay mention بعدين nothing.
Still more work to do.
I threw my phone. I was preparing for the next fight. It was after 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Bro, بعدين
It's the same day? No.
Yeah, same day.
No way.
Yeah, same day.
So cardio really does play a big part in this.
Of course. بعدين second fight, they call my name, Omar Ismail. I entered the fight. I saw the crowd was all. I played against a Spanish guy. I saw the crowd like full of Spain flags, full, and on my left, Israeli flags. Oh my God! I was shocked, but I was laughing on the.
You told I sense the Israeli thing. You don't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't pay attention, to be honest.
Let them do what they say, what they want to say.
Yeah, let them say like what they want to say, because
they're showing the world who they are. We don't need to get into that. It's fine.
But then I saw my family. I got a bit emotional.
Was it the first time that you looked in the crowd before?
Yeah, because I saw them crying. It's the first time I actually see this kind of crowd. Like they were crazy. Okay, the fight begins. He won the first round. He won, I think, 8-4, 8-3. Second round, he changed. He changed his style.
So southpaw kind of.
Yeah, and he didn't know that when he changed his style, he opened it for me. يعني بعدين I started scoring, and he started scoring. يعني it was like a very, very, very tough round. بعدين I scored a head kick,
which is 5 points.
No, 3 points.
3 points.
Spinning head kick was 5 points. That's the one he scored.
Okay.
In the last seconds.
Okay.
So بعدين والله every time I remember. Okay, بعدين I was winning, like I was ahead 3 points, 6 seconds left. This guy, I don't know what happened. I went back. This guy, like, suddenly he spinned, and his like, I think his toe touched, like,
skimmed it, yeah.
بسيط يعني.
Heart sinks.
He won the fight. But then when he scored it, like, I kept running. خلاص, I want to score. خلاص.
Yeah.
I found out that time is up. And here, coach was very upset, even the federation, because I knew I was better. It's
not about the coach or federation. That's for you, you know.
Yeah, I knew, like, I would have won this guy easy. That's, everything happens for a reason.
100%.
Alhamdulillah. Every time I win, I lose. Alhamdulillah, always. I believe in sabr. Patience. And inshallah, like, I'm gonna, like, my hard work will pay 100%, inshallah. In the next Olympics.
We met last night and we're joking all the time, and it's funny and it's light, but, like, you have the mentality of a winner. I have no doubt in my mind you will achieve great things, not only for Palestine, but for the sport. And I think one of my favorite quotes is, age is not a precursor for wisdom. And what that means is you can be 30 years old and not wise. You can be 19 years old and very wise. And what I like about you is that you have fun and you smile, but when it comes time to do business, I can tell you're there, you're disciplined, you're focused. And I can see how much it hurts you, what happened at the Olympics, but I can also see how much you're going to use it as motivation and as fuel for the next time.
Yeah, of course. Because we always we always learn from our mistakes. بعدين I'm still young. I do have the time. Next Olympics, I'm going to take you with me. 100%.
I was literally thinking now, I'm coming to LA.
No, wallah, khalas.
Wallah. I'm there. I swear to God. I'll be
والله
there with you. I swear to God.
خلاص I'm gonna لازم تيجي معي.
I know, but I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be crazy holding Palestinian flag, going nuts. So you know that.
You have to be like
Next to your parents.
of course.
Done.
Of course.
Done.
خلاص done. أنت done حكيت.
Done.
100%.
100%.
خلاص.
Okay, so it's a tough moment. You lose the fight, and maybe at first you're feeling disappointment from external sources, but in the end, I think you maybe found some pride and some happiness in the experience. And this is now 2 years ago, right? Or this is last summer.
Last summer.
Since then, how has preparation, how has training been, and how do you also balance the next step in your career now that you're 19 and you're a professional?
So after the Olympics, I took a 2 months break.
From taekwondo or from all kinds of like...
From everything.
Okay. Hello. No, it's important.
Yeah, I took a 2 months break. يعني okay, I used to see my friends, بس we used to talk about it كمان. My friends are very supportive يعني.
Hello.
إنه 2 months and then the coach calls me. He said, until when يعني, you need to get back. I went back. I started training. And after let's say, like after 2 months of me taking nothing serious, to be honest, I was thinking only about what happened. Sometimes like I couldn't sleep of thinking about what happened. But يعني for now it's still on my mind. But يعني not like before. يعني I'm trying شوي.
You need to learn how to use it though.
Yeah.
And not make it a handicap. It has to be something that wakes you up in the morning, not keeps you in bed, you know?
Of course.
And I think with time you'll get there.
أكيد.
It takes time, obviously.
Yeah, it takes time. بس يعني إن شاء الله I'm very confident that يعني on a level that خلاص, as I said, يعني LA إن شاء الله.
You'll be there and I'll be there with you.
I'll be there. I don't want just to be there.
No.
I want to get the gold medal because خلاص, like I have experienced loss in the Olympics, which is يعني enough. So now I have to work very hard for the next.
So we've got a couple minutes left before we got to wrap up and get to the next one. But outside of taekwondo, this is the reason we have the podcast, right? Is like everything you've told me is so beautiful about the adversity you've gone through, the experiences you've had, your goals in the sport. But ultimately, there will be a day when you can no longer compete, and your identity is not tied to the sport you're playing. Already, I know you're funny, you're light, you like cars, you like food, you're chill, you watch football, you're happy Barcelona lost last night.
Oh my God, I'm very happy, wallah.
So tell me who you are outside the sport. Tell me what makes you happy, what things you like to do.
The only thing I like what makes me very happy is friends gathering.
Hello.
And family gathering.
Hello.
I would say friends more. Because يعني أنت مرتاح.
Yeah, of course. So you're just comfortable.
Comfortable of saying anything. بس يعني there's like some things you can't say it in front of your family.
Of course.
I love like being around people.
Are your friends?
I'm very social.
Are they also?
I'm very social.
I know. Last night you were the one controlling the dinner. Youngest one there, making everyone laugh. No, you're great in these settings. But are your friends? Are they like you? Are they into sports? Are they different? Do they understand that the journey you're on? Do they push you to work harder?
Yeah. As I said, they're like very supportive.
Hello.
Even when like they want to go out, like let's say for dinner or like just boys hangouts. I used to have a training on the same time. And خلاص, sometimes
you can't go.
I can't go.
Yeah.
They accept it, but sometimes, like let's say last few months, I was skipping training to go out with them, but they won't allow me.
حلو. بقول لك إشي I'm 30 years old. I'm not playing a sport at your level anymore, but obviously I have a job and a career that I like to do. Even at my age, when I tell my friends, like some of my friends, not all of them, that I don't want to come out with them, they get mad. So that's one of the most beautiful things you've said all day. Never lose those people.
Of course.
Never lose people that want to get the best out of you. That's an incredible, incredible thing to have, honestly. You should be very proud of your friends like that. You should be very happy and grateful that they like
I love them so much because I've been knowing them since I was a kid.
So they've been with you high and low.
Yeah, we were like, no, I actually see them more than my family. But now, because of uni and we don't see each other like every single day, but the love stays here.
Of course.
I'm very lucky to have this type of friends who likes to motivate me and support me on my career. So shout out to them.
You're also studying physiotherapy, correct?
Yeah, I study physiotherapy.
You like it?
Yeah, of course.
You think it helps you in your career?
Yeah, because I've been like to a lot of injuries, rehabilitation. So I clearly like know like in the future what I'm gonna deal with. So that's why I picked physiotherapy for a major, and it will help me a lot like in the future. Because obviously, you're 30.
I feel like you've been waiting to say that for the entire time. Yesterday you thought I was 38, so at least now you get the age.
No, بس خلاص.
I've been through it. I've been through it.
For me turning 30 خلاص okay, I would have أكيد trained, بس I would have not take it serious ولا competitions ولا هيك. فخلاص after taekwondo I should find something. الحمد لله. I'm thinking of بعدين maybe coach with a physiotherapist, maybe not coach.
Maybe open up a taekwondo center.
Yeah, maybe open up a taekwondo center, maybe. But I have like plan B.
Yeah, so it's important to have it and to be ready for it, but ultimately to still focus on what's ahead of you, which is a long, beautiful, successful taekwondo career, inshallah. Amazing. Wallah, I'm proud of you. I'm grateful for you.
Wallah, thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. خلصنا؟
خلصنا.
لا يا زلمة.
When you want to keep going?
Yeah, بديش أروح.
I know. But bro, I'll be your big brother forever. I promise you.
Wallah, big love for you, brother.
Big love.
Wallah, أنا yesterday I told my mom everything. I mentioned you, you were the best, wallah.
Habibi, right back at you. I promise you, I'm going to be supporting you for your entire career. Wallah, I got you. If you made it this far, but you still haven't subscribed, please make sure you click the subscription button. The more you guys subscribe, the more we can continue to bring you high-level guests like Omar. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and as always, please make sure to give us feedback.